Hi everyone, I am Karan and welcome to Karan's Gyan. Today I'll be talking about the best business ever. This business is the business of a stock exchange. By stock exchange, I am talking about the company particularly called Bombay Stock Exchange or BSE. To those who may or may not know, BSE is also traded as a share in the stock market. However, it is traded only in NSE. BSE share would obviously not be traded on BSE exchange for several reasons, mainly being ethical reasons and in order to avoid market manipulation. And this is basically the investor presentation report of BSE Limited, as the slideshow says. So, just so that I give you an introduction, this business is the best business there is in the stock market. Why is this the best business in the stock market? Well, there's a saying, the saying is the casino always wins. So I'm not calling BSE casino, but it is a form of casino where a lot of people want to make money, just like a lot of people want to make money in the casino. And as long as there are people going to casino, or as long as there are investors, speculators, or financial institutions uh, earning to make money, they would keep trading on this platform, and as a result BSE would keep earning money. So BSE pretty much earns money because of us investors by providing the services of an exchange, services of a stock exchange. So now let's get to BSE's business, and I would talk about its quarter one results. So BSE is in a diversified line of business. It is responsible in trading and clearing. So in trading and clearing, it is a part of equity, debt, equity derivatives, currency derivatives, commodity derivatives, SME, interest rate futures, and SME startups. SME stands for small and medium enterprises, and it basically comes out with startups of SME, IPOs of SME, as I would say. It is also involved in distribution of mutual funds, offer to buy, offer to sell, distribution of insurance. It has a bond platform where bonds are traded. It provides services to corporates. So now, if a corporate wants to be listed on the stock exchange, it provides the services of equity listing. And if you see a share listed on the stock market, it doesn't come for free. In order for you to be listed on a stock market, you have to pay particular fees to a stock exchange. Moreover, it involves in listing of debt securities, mutual fund listing, listing of commercial papers. So any form of money market instrument or any form of financial instrument that you see on a stock exchange, it is not there for free. Obviously, the company promoting that financial instrument is paying money to be on the stock exchange. Moreover, it is involved in other services. For example, you have a broker. You give a order to your broker, buy so and so share at this much price. So how does broker execute that order? So broker has a terminal that has a network line attached directly to the exchange, and the order that you give to your broker goes to the exchange via the network line between your broker and the exchange. So it provides data feed services, index services, software services, and trading services. Software is basically the front end of the trading terminal that is used by your particular broker. Trading services, it trains brokers, it trains people who are interested in this financial market. Now I'll be talking about the performance. So before getting into the performance, I would give you a brief highlight about the Bombay Stock Exchange. So Bombay Stock Exchange is the 12th biggest stock exchange via market capitalization. It has a market capitalization of $1.84 trillion. Moreover, it is the eighth largest stock exchange in the form of electronic book trades. So, electronic book trades would basically mean turnover, as I would say. Next, number of listed companies. There are about 5,555 companies listed on Bombay Stock Exchange, which is the highest number of companies. And as I said, in order to be listed on the stock exchange, you have to pay a particular fee, and hence the 5,555 companies would have paid fees. Moreover, if I talk about the currency option traded value, it it is 12th largest globally with about 37.91 million currency options being traded. So whatever instrument is being traded on the stock market, from it being listed to it being traded or to another corporate action that is performed, the stock exchange earns money. And as a result, we being participants, we being an investor, speculator, or a financial institution taking part in the stock exchange, it would have to pay fees, and through which the stock exchange earns money. So currency futures, it is the fourth largest globally with about 23.76 million contracts. Now we'll talk about the the integrated business model. So how does the BSE earn money? So it earns money through transaction charges. So when you buy a share or when you sell a share, you pay a transaction charge, and this transaction charge goes directly to the BSE. It's like the 1% cut. For example, the exchange doesn't have 1% transaction charges, but the transaction charges do significantly impact the earnings of Bombay Stock Exchange. So these transaction charges are obviously linked to the market activity. Higher the market activity, more the transaction charges, and these transaction charges are related to the household savings and investments. As we know, Indians are very keen on having a good household saving, and Indians are very good investors and invest regularly. As a result, BSE earns a lot of transaction charges, a lot of money through these transaction charges that are levied to for execution of trades. Moreover, the second part of business that it is in is treasury income on clearing and settlement of funds. So, what do I mean by clearing and settlement of funds? And what do I mean by treasury income on these funds? So, for example, when you shell out mark to market, mark to market margin to the broker, the mark to market margin, or the margin that you pay, goes to the exchange. For example, you gave a margin of 1 lakh rupees for a contract that you're supposed to be holding for 1 month. So the 1 lakh rupees margin that has gone to the exchange, it is in the exchange's bank account, right? So basically, the exchange is earning interest money by the margin that you have given up upfront to the exchange. So that is also a significant form of income to the exchange. So again, this is linked to the market activity. More If more number of people are trading in futures and options, and more number of people are shelling out margins, hence there'll be more amount of margins for the exchange that would be idling in their bank accounts, and thus they would be earning a lot of interest, a lot of treasury income through these rates. So basically, this is linked to interest rate. So higher the interest rate, more the interest the exchange would be earning from the margin that you have deposited for you to trade a future or an option. Since it says this market activity, since that would lead to more margin being deposited by the members, so it is the income they earn on the margins that you shell out. Next is other security services. So these services are charges recovered from members for network connectivity. So what is network connectivity? Like I said, the order that you place via your broker, it doesn't go out of thin air. It doesn't fly and go. Obviously, there is a internet connection or a direct line of network that is between your broker and the exchange. So that network is actually being set up by the exchange itself, and obviously the exchange would cover the cost of the network connectivity from the from your broker, or your financial institution via which you're placing orders. Next is services to corporates. So like I said, the services to corporates are based on listing income. So when a corporate wants to come out with its IPO or wants to be listed on the stock exchange, it would pay some fees, so which is listing income. Next is dependent on the number of entities, and hence is a recurring revenue stream. So by the entity, so when a company is on the exchange, it has to pay recurring fees, like annual fees. And it's not just membership fees but annual fees. So even This is an income for the exchange. Now, data dissemination fees. So this data dissemination fees is through, I would say, level of subscriptions. So again, level of subscriptions is, now you have a broker. Your broker is getting data from the NSE, through which he is executing proprietary trading or and is using algo trading. For example, algo trading has come up a lot in the recent years. A lot of companies are buying data, real time data from the stock exchange, and are backtesting algorithms on those data, because of which they they are able to come up with a model to invest in the stock market. So the data that the company is buying for algorithmic trading, it doesn't come for free. Bombay Stock Exchange charges for the real time data that is linked to your customer. And there's another catch to it. Now you see there's a network line connected between you and your exchange, and hence if the data is received faster, more real time faster real time decisions can be made, giving an algo trader an advantage, a time advantage. So even this comes under data dissemination fees. Next is income from investments and deposits. Just so that you know, this is talking about CDSL. I came out with a video of CDSL, Central Depository Services Limited. It is a subsidiary of BSE, and basically it is the income that they get from CDSL. And there are other income that BSE gets. It comes through, derived from rent and trading institutions, which are a stable source of income. Now, talking about its consolidated profit and loss. Now, like I talked about, one of its business, that is transaction charges. Look at the earnings they are having through transaction charges, and these are in million. So they have earned 30 crore this quarter just through transaction charges. 25 crore last quarter and 34.8 crore last year, if I talk about year on year or June 2019 quarter. Treasury income on clearing and settlement of funds. So even this is pretty much flat. It's about, I would say, 6.9 crores is earned just through the income, the treasury income, or the interest rate, the interest income that they're getting on the margins given by us traders for getting into futures and options contract. It has other security services like I talked about. And all in all, if I see, it has a pretty good June 20 quarter, which is better than the March 20 quarter if I look at quarter on quarter basis, and flat compared to June 2019 quarter. Can you imagine an exchange earning 46 crores just by executing your contracts? Now I'm talking about services to corporates. Like I said, these corporates earn money through an exchange earns money through services through corporates, that is basically listing of corporates and annual fees. The listing from corporates and annual fees, the listing of a stock in a stock exchange cost about 41.6 crore. They have earned 41.6 crores through services to corporates for offering a position in their stock exchange. If I look at the March quarter, they earned 56.9 crores. Well, there is a drop in both year on year and quarterly results, simply because not many IPOs have come out recently. You would say a Rosie Biotech IPO came out, and no other excellent IPO came out recently, and hence their services to corporate income is less, because it is dependent on the income from companies that want to get listed on the stock exchange. Other operating income, I won't consider other operating income. It is just part of some other operating income. So if I look at revenue from operations, they have earned 103 crores from operations this time. Income from deposits is about 54 crores, again almost flat. And this is pretty much it. But now this is the, I would say, the deal. Now they have earned about 162 crores in total income. So now if I look at their expenses, what are their expenses? Their expenses are only employee expenses, technology cost and technology program, and administration expenses, which amounts to be about 104 crores. So for an income of 162 crores, their expenses are only 104 crores. And if I look at the profit, if I look at the earnings before income tax, depreciation, and amortization margin, it's 35%. What industry in the world gives you an operating margin of 35%? And this is basically the beauty of the deal. This is the beauty of the stock exchange. They have very high operating profit margin. Now if I look at the net profit margin, if I look at the net profit, this quarter it has earned a profit of 32.5 crores compared to a loss last quarter. This loss is because of some SEBI guidelines. They had to allocate some funds, and this loss came up because of some exceptional item. I won't look at the quarter on quarter basis, but if I look at year on year basis, the net profit is lower. Well, it is simply because there's not much trading activity going on these days, and the pandemic is different. And moreover, the NSE, NSE is another exchange, as you know, National Stock Exchange. It has eaten up a lot of activity, a lot of a good share of the market. And just so that you know, NSE's IPO is going to come soon. It will come in the next 6 to 7 months. So if you want to invest in that IPO, it is a pretty good deal. Net profit margin another 20%, which is pretty good, as I would say. Now I would talk about the dividend. So before getting into dividend, the market capitalization of BSE is 23,185 crores, which is a large cap. The price of NSE as of now is 514 rupees. The face value is 2 rupees. And the some of the key shareholders. So LIC, or Life Insurance Corporation of India, has about 5.61% stake. Deutsche Börse AG has about 4.41%. SBI has 2.4%. A lot of asset management companies have good shareholding in this. If I look at mutual funds have 1% holding, trading members have 15% holding, banks 4%, financial institutions 6%, FDIs, foreign direct investment for institutional investors, foreign portfolio investors have 19% investment, 19% shareholding, and 55% is held by the the retail investors, people like you and me. I would say as of now, BSE is available at a good discount. Looking at its past, past prices. Now talking about its dividend. Like I said, the price is about 5 rupees, and if I look at the dividend, it has paid a good dividend. Dividend is about 17 rupees, as I would say last year. If I look at the price of 500 rupees, I would say the dividend is about 3%, and that's a pretty good dividend deal considering the aspects of BSE, considering the business it is in. If I look at the earnings are pretty much flat. The earnings per share year on year have been in little trouble. They have been wavy, mainly because NSE has been eating up its share. But BSE is coming up with strategies. It came up with a gold futures option strategy, silver futures and options, and it is coming up with contracts that will get more investor participation. And this is pretty much it about BSE. This uh, investor presentation is available online. You can check it out on NSE website. It has a lot of metrics you can have a look at, and it's a pretty good description of what this company is about. It talks about the performance of equity cash segment, equity derivatives segment, currency derivatives segment, commodity derivatives segment. Its mutual fund platform. It shows all its earnings it has got through each of the segments. And I would give a suggestion for you to buy BSE Limited for long term view, because, like I said, the casino always wins, and hence the stock exchange would always wins. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.